I'm here with Aaron Novello at EXPCon, where he just got off the stage, rocked the stage, standing ovation. And it's really funny because what he talked about is something that he used to make fun of.
What do you think Instagram is for?
Truthfully, I didn't really understand leverage, and I didn't understand that like attention is currency, and I can make up for with leverage what I lack in ability. The digital world allows me to send myself in the digital form to have conversations with thousands, if not millions of people. So it's just a much more levered thing that can scale.
And you've always wanted to be a teacher, right?
Yeah. I didn't like that teachers don't make any money. So I figured out a way to be a teacher and make money. Yeah.
And now you're able to teach thousands of people without physically being in a room with them.
Yeah. So what I mentioned on that stage was that this year we've had about 2 million views on YouTube. So it allows you to teach people from all over the world. Yeah. And 69,000 hours of watch time, which is 7 years of like human life of people watching content. So, I mean, it's a privilege and a pleasure to create it. And the goal is to just add value. Because I think in the end, whoever adds more value wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've always said that you have to become a rock star salesperson if you're not a great marketer.
That's true.
What in your mind changed for you when you decided, I want to be a rock star marketer?
Yeah, because somebody told me like, hey, you can make $1 million a year as a rock star salesperson. You can make $10 million a year as a rock star marketer. And when I heard that and I started to think about leverage differently, it made sense that with what we were doing with the organization, coaching company, courses online, that I had two choices. One is I could build that business the same way I built the residential resale, which is sitting in a room and telemarketing 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, and that works. Or I could put out content that's valuable that people can watch and then they reach out to me. And what I've learned is that they
attract, convert, deliver.
Attract, convert, deliver. And if you build a garden, bees come to you. Right. So if you add a lot of value and you help a lot of people, they perceive you as a guide and then they'll reach out to you and they want to do business with you.
So what is the best thing for an agent watching this right now to do to get started? If they're a rockstar salesperson and they want to become a marketer like you, what advice would you give them?
Yeah. So I think first you have to be sold on media. I have to understand what is actually available to me, which is distribution for free. Right. I think we perceive our phones as mechanisms for devices that can entertain us and also devices that can help us be more productive. But we don't realize that it's actually distribution. Like I have a TV kind of screen on my phone because right now 10% of all screen time on TVs is actually YouTube. And I have a radio station on my phone, right? So instead of just consuming, recognizing that if you produce content, I can send myself in the digital. It's a form of prospecting. I think in their brains, they don't think about it as prospecting. But what I'm doing is I'm sending myself and Jess into the digital world to have conversations with thousands, if not millions of people. So they can decide if they know, like, and trust me. And if they want to do business with me.
So how do you turn it from passive marketing to aggressive marketing?
I think that has to do with like volume. And we've talked about this, which you're stepping up what you're doing. So frequency equals familiarity.
Shout out to social imprint.
That's what's up. So frequency equals familiarity.
Okay.
And the more somebody can see me, the more familiar they become with me. And I read this stat, which we talk about a lot, is that people touch their phones 150 times a day. And they're on their platforms, maybe like an hour of that, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of that. So what would increase the probability that you would see me in that time?
Increasing frequency.
Frequency.
Yeah.
So I think people post like once a week or even once a day and they think that's enough. It's not enough. You're upping what you're doing and you're seeing a meaningful increase. I mean, you've jumped like 400% in terms of like attention and followers and things of that nature is frequency. So I do 3 to 4 times a day, 7 days a week short form and 5 times a week long form, which would be on YouTube like an hour.
So if someone's watching this right now and they came from the mindset that you and I used to have, I'm a prospector, I'm a cold caller.
Yeah.
What would you tell them that they should be doing? Because a lot of them are going to be turned off by what you just said. Oh, I don't want to spend that much time because it's taking away from prospecting.
Yeah. I think it's to recognize if it's not worth doing for a decade, it's not worth doing for a day. And I would ask myself this question.
Yeah.
If I keep doing what I'm doing 5, 10, 15 years from now, where does that lead? Do I still have to be standing here and doing it?
You want to be banging on the phone for 15 years and you want leads to come to you.
The second option is if I build an ecosystem of attention, which compounds, by the way, over time, where does that lead? And will I have to still stand there in the office and be on the phone to generate leads. Now, eventually you're gonna have to speak to somebody, but if you build a lot of attention, you can pass those leads on to other people and you're really creating leverage.
For everyone.
For everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. If someone wants to reach out to you, what is the best way to connect with you?
Yep, easy, Aaron Novello on YouTube or Aaron Novello on Instagram.
And is there room for more elite builders if someone's watching this and they want to partner with us?
We always have room for elite builders. We're going coast
To coast.
to coast, team.
Let's go, let's grow.
Closing is a different skill than presenting. What do you think I mean by that? This is a room full of agents, right? You notice the energy in the room is like, oh, fuck, I've been doing that whole time, man. I'm doing this wrong, shit. You know what closing is? You know the analogy I like to give? It's taking off all your clothes and being like, so what it is.